Hi, my name is Cathal Friel. I'm the Executive Chairman and Co-founder of Orphan PLC. We're one of the faster growing companies on AIM. We've only been in the market 18 months and we've grown from a market cap of sub 15 million, 10x in the last year to now about 150 million. We're the world leader in the testing of vaccines and antivirals. We've done that by the acquisition of two companies, Van Life Science, which is also AIM listed, never made a profit in its life, and Hvivo, which is again listed in AIM, and again, never made a profit. We combined both of them, and we now have a very nice, fast-growing, profitable, revenue-generating, and finally, we've got 21.5 million cash in the bank. That is in excess of our market cap 12 months ago. So that's a true way of showing we're generating profits. The cash pile gets bigger every month. Orphan is quite unique. It's probably one of the most heavily invested management-owned companies on AIM. It's not management-owned, or let's say management-invested company's name. I have a big part of my life savings tied up, as is most of the rest of the management team. We're locked up for 3 years from the IPO June last year. The key milestones, really, we started off, acquired Van, as I've just said, then we acquired Hvivo. The really exciting part is Hvivo have been around a long time. They are the world leader in a tiny niche, but it's exploding rapidly. That's the testing of vaccines and antivirals. We've had virtually no investment for 30 years in antivirals and vaccines. We've had tens of billions in oncology, tens of billions in gene therapy for the last 10, 20 years, nothing in vaccines. Hence, pandemic. So the way to secure the pandemic, governments and pharma companies around the world are now making up for 30 years. We're not developing any products, that's high risk. We're a very profitable cost plus contractor. So any vaccine that needs to be tested anywhere in the world, we're the first stop. So the key milestones are, since knocking the company in shape earlier this year, you'll see every month we're announcing virtually another 2, 3, 4, 5 million contract to test another vaccine. We have most of the top 10, the likes of the Pfizer's, the J&J, Boehringer Ingelheim, the largest vaccine producers in the world, are all customers of ours. And the real milestones then is that we've all had a COVID bubble this summer. We've always said the men from the boys or the ladies from the girls will be separated when this COVID bubble settles. With the cavalry coming over the hill, i.e. the vaccines are arriving, any of the COVID bubble pop people, and we're not one of them, that doesn't have good revenues, that doesn't have good profits, that doesn't have good cash, are going to get badly hit. We didn't get badly hit because we've guided the market. We're not, I've been saying numerous times, we're 90% non-COVID. But we do have a bit of COVID work. The UK government in the last month or two signed a contract with us, the first government, the first company, the first place in the world to actually test COVID vaccines using human challenge study clinical trials. That's a world first. It's very exciting. On the back of that, we've lots of other work. We've gone from having one quarantine facility in Whitechapel in East London. Now we have 2 in the Royal Free, and we've guided the market. We hope to have a third. The previous management team never had our QMB facility more than 2-3 months filled out. We've it booked out for 18 months and beyond. So the trick to a profitable CRO contractor is reduce the costs, increase the revenues, and have your order book booked out a year or 2 in advance. So yeah, very exciting place. We're not going to blow our cash. We're going to protect the cash. We've always said our next thing will be handing either cash or dividend species or something back to our shareholders as we build the company out going forward. So we then look forward to a really exciting year ahead. Yeah, on the note of the year ahead, as I say, we've created a really exciting venture. It went from sub 20 million market cap to 150, nudging up to 200. We don't see why we can't double our market cap again in a very short period in time. That's a good aim. We keep pretty good liquidity. And how do we do that? We keep a lot of regular, positive, solid news flow across the company. And the year ahead will see us now is capitalized upon the decade of exceptional investment that's going to go on around the world in vaccines. This is vaccines. We're currently testing COVID vaccines. We've traditionally done a lot of RSV, that's rhinosinusitis virus. That's the biggest killer under children under 12 months in the world. Malaria doesn't kill them. RSV, that kills kids in the third world, but kills kids here in London. So we're testing vaccines in that. But we're also now starting to test malarial vaccines, antimicrobial vaccines. And if you think about it, when this pandemic passes, as the virus is doing, the next big worry, where's the next one? And one of them is the bacterial infections in hospitals. So we're kind of sitting nice and front and central. We're not going to do any more acquisitions. We're not going to be raising any more money, but we think we can really grow a company potentially one day could be worth $1 billion market cap relatively easy. Along the way, we have some non-core assets. That's Immutex and Prep Pharma. We'd like to see them spun off into a standalone NASDAQ company very soon. That's work in progress. And finally, into next year, we're going to be very data-led. We have most of the large wearable companies in the world that have now smartwatches looking to access our data because that can predict what form of, is it influenza, common flu, RSV, COVID, or whatever have you. So not only services, we're going to be a big data-led company. And again, we would hope to make announcements in that regard in the weeks and months ahead.